The United Kingdom in 2026 is navigating a critical era of economic realignment, technological disruption, and global repositioning. While the historic towers of Westminster and the ancient traditions of the monarchy continue to capture the public imagination, the real engine of modern British power has shifted. Away from the political theatre, an elite group of extraordinary women has quietly taken control of the nation's most vital pillars, from multi-billion-pound financial portfolios and global pharmaceutical empires to cutting-edge digital infrastructure and retail networks. These leaders are navigating volatile global markets, driving historic tech innovation, and rewriting the rules of the FTSE 100. Today, we look past the postcard images of London to profile the strategic minds holding the true levers of economic and systemic influence across Great Britain. We are counting down the 10 most powerful British women who are shaping the world stage this year. Prepare to witness absolute corporate mastery. This is the definitive 2026 Power Ranking. We begin our countdown at number 10 with Grace Beverley, the ultimate disruptor of traditional British business models. Representing the fast-moving, tech-driven generation of 2026 entrepreneurs, Grace has transformed from a digital content creator into a corporate powerhouse. As the founder and CEO of hyper-successful brands like Tala and Shreddy, she has weaponized data analytics and e-commerce software to challenge traditional retail empires. Her influence is massive because she has mastered the shift toward sustainable consumerism, proving that ethical manufacturing can achieve multi-million-pound profitability. Grace's power lies in her absolute ownership over the modern consumer narrative. She bypasses traditional media channels to speak directly to millions of global buyers. In an era where legacy British retail institutions are struggling to survive, Grace Beverley represents the highly scalable, agile, and digital-first future of corporate enterprise across the United Kingdom. At number 9 is Rushanara Ali, a vital force operating at the intersection of international policy, community development, and economic strategy. Serving as an influential political figure and leading international development initiatives, Rushanara's decisions directly shape how British influence and capital are deployed overseas. In 2026, as geopolitical landscapes shift rapidly, her work in managing trade dynamics and foreign aid allocation acts as a critical strategic asset for the UK's global standing. Her power stems from a deep, analytical understanding of systemic economics and her unique ability to bridge the gap between grassroots community needs and high-level international trade policies. When global humanitarian crises and economic challenges collide, Rushanara Ali is the diplomat who ensures that British capital is used with maximum precision, driving long-term sustainability while defending the economic and ethical interests of the United Kingdom on the world stage. Ranking at number 8 is Alison, a legendary figure whose financial acumen continues to exert a profound, quiet influence over the British banking sector. As a veteran corporate leader and high-level financial advisor, Alison's deep expertise remains a foundation for systemic banking regulations and capital distribution strategies across the City of London. In 2026, as financial institutions navigate complex digital currencies and evolving market compliance frameworks, her strategic counsel is sought after by major financial boardrooms and regulatory bodies alike. Her power comes from decades of managing trillions in assets and breaking historic gender barriers in corporate finance. Alison operates with a legendary, cold precision, ensuring that British banking networks maintain their global competitiveness while anchoring the nation's core economic stability. She remains an indispensable, quiet architect behind the scenes of the UK's immense financial machinery. At number 7, we recognise a true pioneer of the digital age, Baroness Martha Lane Fox. As a tech entrepreneur, crossbench peer, and president of the British Chambers of Commerce, Martha is the premier driving force behind the United Kingdom's technological transformation. In 2026, her influence is paramount as she leads national campaigns to integrate artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and advanced cybersecurity across thousands of British businesses. Martha understands that in the modern world, digital infrastructure is a matter of national sovereignty. She seamlessly bridges the worlds of high-tech Silicon Valley startups and historic British governance, advising the highest levels of Parliament on digital policy. Her power lies in her relentless advocacy for digital literacy and economic modernization, ensuring that the UK's workforce is fully equipped to dominate the global tech race. Martha Lane Fox is the strategist ensuring Great Britain remains a hyperconnected superpower. Coming in at number 6 is Liv Garfield, a titan managing the literal lifeblood of British infrastructure. As the long-standing CEO of Severn Trent, a FTSE 100 utility giant, Liv oversees the environmental and water services for millions of homes and businesses across the heart of the UK. In 2026, her role is more critical than ever as infrastructure companies face intense scrutiny over environmental sustainability, climate adaptation, and resource management. Managing an asset network worth billions and thousands of technical specialists, Liv's leadership is defined by operational resilience and an aggressive commitment to green engineering. She is a powerhouse executive who navigates complex regulatory frameworks and political pressure with unparalleled strategic skill. In a nation where resource security defines long-term economic survival, Liv Garfield is the steady, commanding force ensuring the UK's industrial and domestic foundations remain unbreakable. At number 5 is Milena Mondini de Focatiis, the corporate powerhouse driving the highly competitive world of British financial technology and insurance. As the Group CEO of Admiral Group, a massive FTSE 100 financial institution, Milena commands an empire built on predictive data analytics, machine learning algorithms, and digital consumer platforms. In 2026, her strategic decisions dictate the pricing index and market direction for financial risk across multiple European territories. Milena's power stems from her technical brilliance and her ability to outmaneuver traditional banking institutions by deploying rapid, AI-driven digital products. Under her command, Admiral has solidified its status as an international financial shield, protecting billions in assets. Operating with fierce analytical precision from her executive suites, Milena Mondini de Focatiis has proven herself to be one of the most innovative and highly respected financial tacticians in the modern history of the City of London. Ranking at number 4 is Dame Carolyn McCall, the undisputed queen of British broadcasting and media strategy. As the chief executive of ITV, Carolyn controls the cultural narrative, entertainment distribution, and live information stream flowing into millions of households daily. In 2026, her influence is total as she successfully guides traditional television broadcasting through a fierce, multi-front war against global streaming giants. By aggressively expanding ITVX into a digital advertising and streaming juggernaut, Carolyn has secured the future of British independent media. Her power lies in her extraordinary ability to manage high-stakes corporate politics, monetize cultural trends, and shape public opinion on a massive scale. In an era where information control is just as vital as financial capital, Carolyn McCall is the elite cultural architect ensuring that British media retains its immense power, profitability, and global relevance. At number 3, we feature one of the most intellectually formidable figures in British economic history, Dame Sharon White. Having served as the head of the historic John Lewis Partnership and as an elite civil servant at the UK Treasury, Sharon's strategic legacy spans both the highest echelons of public policy and massive commercial retail ecosystems. In 2026, her influence remains absolute as a senior economic advisor and corporate board authority guiding the nation through complex market restructurings. Her power is built on an unmatched reputation for operational discipline, fiscal conservatism, and structural reform. Sharon is a master of navigating massive institutional crises, commanding absolute respect from both government ministers and international corporate executives. Whenever the British economy faces major structural shifts, Sharon White is the authoritative voice called upon to design the solutions, cementing her status as a true matriarch of British commerce. Our runner-up at number 2 is Dame Emma Walmsley, a global icon who completely transformed the international pharmaceutical landscape. For nearly a decade as the CEO of GSK, Emma stood as the first woman to ever lead a major global drug maker, commanding a multi-billion-pound empire focused on vaccines, oncology, and infectious disease research. In 2026, though she has transitioned her day-to-day executive duties to her successor, Luke Meals, Emma remains a monumental force within the company through September to finalize the historic leadership transition. Simultaneously, her role as a non-executive director at Microsoft allows her to bridge the worlds of global biotechnology and artificial intelligence. Her power is legendary, defined by a highly competitive, action-oriented leadership style that stripped away corporate bureaucracy to prioritize rapid scientific breakthrough. Emma Walmsley is a historic titan of industry, whose legacy of restructuring global healthcare will protect human life for generations to come. Finally, at number 1, we have the most powerful woman in the United Kingdom, Dame Amanda Blanc. As the Group CEO of Aviva, Amanda sits at the absolute pinnacle of the British insurance, wealth, and retirement industry, commanding an astronomical asset portfolio. In 2026, her power is absolute as she aggressively accelerates Aviva's performance, driving massive market growth both organically and through blockbuster corporate mergers, including the high-profile acquisition of Direct Line. Serving additionally as HM Treasury's Women in Finance Charter Champion and a board member of BP, Amanda's strategic decisions directly impact the financial security of millions of citizens and the stability of global energy markets. She is a leader of unmatched corporate grit and analytical precision, famous for simplifying complex financial structures and driving a net-zero global environmental mandate. Amanda Blanc is the definitive sovereign of British capital, wielding immense economic authority across the globe. These 10 extraordinary women are the true architects of the United Kingdom's modern economic and technological evolution. From the high-stakes trading floors of the City of London to the cutting-edge laboratories defining global health and AI policy, their collective influence is the quiet engine powering Great Britain through a challenging global landscape. They have not simply broken corporate glass ceilings, they have completely rebuilt the structures of power from the ground up. As we conclude this definitive ranking, we want to hear your thoughts. Which of these brilliant British leaders inspired you the most today? Is there an emerging business pioneer we should feature in our next episode? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to join our growing global community. We will continue to surprise you with a new, powerful ranking every other day. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon.